Hello everyone, welcome back. It is a double upload for today. Why? Because there's a very, very special match on today. European football is back and, well, for me anyway, the biggest, and I do mean the biggest game, is on the line here. Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Today we're doing a match preview, because, hey, why not? So we're going to start off with a few things. Mainly just normal stuff. So I suppose we'll start off with the team news and how domestically they've done. So we're going to start off with Real Madrid, 34th La Liga title for Real Madrid. Very impressive. Obviously, I think it's the most they've any team in the league has actually done. So that is obviously incredibly impressive. I've watched every single game that Real have played, bar one since the restart. And I watched a few games. I watched the Barcelona game and a few other games throughout the season, and I have to say, they are an incredible side. Now, they've been a little bit fortunate since the restart, but they have been absolutely excellent through the restart, and especially I want to talk about a few key players for them that have really stood out for me. The first one is Thiago Courtois. He has had a little bit of stick in the past, but I think he's a fantastic player. He played excellently all the way through the restart. The amount of saves that he just should not have made, but he did, was absolutely incredible. The second guy is Vinicius Jr. Now, I'm a big fan of Vinicius anyway, and I'm going to try and be as impartial as I can throughout this review because, I am a Real fan. But he has been absolutely spectacular. The only problem is his finishing. Now, obviously, the La Liga season finished 2 weeks earlier than the Premier League season, which means that they had a little bit more time in the training ground. So you could see maybe the Vinicius is. I mean, Real could be a little bit more rustier. They could be a little bit more acute. We don't know yet, and we won't know until the game starts. However, nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting side. One more thing to keep in mind is injuries and all that for Real and for Man City as well. I just have a few things here that I do want to talk about both sides. We're going to start off with Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos is not going to play the game because he had picked up that red card against them in the first leg. So because of that, he's not going to be playing, which probably guarantees Eder Militao a start, which poses its own problems for Manchester City because he's an incredibly fast player, especially for a centre back. So definitely expect some interesting play from Eder. He's a great player anyway. Deserves a little bit of game time. So I guess it's gonna be Varane and him in the backs. I'm pretty happy with that. Benzema again, probably a starter as well. Hazard with that, he hasn't been himself after the injury. But nonetheless, I think that I think it's going to be good. Yeah. In terms of who I think is actually going to get played, I reckon it's going to be Courtois, Carvajal, Varane, Militao, Mendy instead of Marcelo. Mainly because I think Mendy is quicker. He's a fantastic player. He's really proven himself this season. And he's been a bit more of a favourite from Zinedine Zidane rather than Marcelo. Casemiro, I'd say. Modric and Kroos. Hazard left wing, Benzema striker starting. And after that, it could be Bale, but I think they're looking to offload him, to be honest with you. I reckon they'll probably... Actually, sorry, no, my apologies. I don't think Bale is even on the bench for this game. So I reckon it's going to be Asensio. He scored that belter against one of the other teams, so I reckon it's going to be Asensio. In terms of Man City, they don't have Aguero. They don't have Bergwijn either. Obviously Aguero is a massive player for them. And I believe David Silva has gone finally after saying that he wouldn't. I think he is actually gone, which poses a huge I think in terms of their creative play for Man City. Apart from that, though, they have a fantastic goalkeeper. Edison, I think, got the award for the least amount of goals let in. I reckon it's probably going to be Ederson, Walker, Laporte. Yeah, I'd say Laporte. Yeah, that's pretty much a guaranteed starter. Fernandinho, Cancelo, Rodrigo, Gundogan, or Gundogan. I don't really know how to pronounce the name. I said De Bruyne is a natural starter. Sterling, Jesus, and Mahrez as well. I think that he had a pretty good season. Yeah. So, who do I think is going to win this game without being too biased towards one team or another? Here's the thing. Because of the difference of these two, I think Real have had 2 more weeks to prepare for this game than Man City have. And in Man City's last games, they've looked a little bit tired. For some of them, not all of them. Now, okay, you can argue that they beat Liverpool by like 5-0 or something. That's fair enough. And I'm not saying for 1 second that Manchester are a bad side. They are not. They are an incredible side. But I'm not sure they're going to win this one. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a Real fan. I genuinely think that they are going to be just a little bit too tired and possibly rusty as well at the same time. Now, you could make a total offer for Real being like that, but yeah, I reckon it's probably going to be either 3-1 or 2-0 to Real. I would not be surprised if it went to penalties or extra time, but I think it is going to be either 3-1 or 2-0 for Real. I think it's going to be a close game though, honestly. Especially in the Etihad as well, it's going to be very interesting. But until then, guys, we will be back later on today with Livery Friday. But until then, guys, thank you so much. Goodbye. Sometimes I feel so deaf. I'm calling on you because I can't do it myself. Like this going to make up for the years and tears. Mercedes.